My first question is to Shazia Elmi tonight. Shazia, you see, last year, we clearly remember in the year before that, whenever this talk was going on about a Lokpal, you know, Arvind Kejriwal said it's rubbish. If you have the government appoint people to investigate the government in whatever form, he said that is the clearest kind of conflict of interest. In a million occasions, he said that. I cannot understand, irrespective of the credibility of the individuals appointed today, these three judges who we have great regard for, how can Arvind Kejriwal set up a process to investigate his own people, who, by the way, he has already given a clean chit to?
Arnab, it's clear that you haven't understood a word, and I must debunk all your theories here. It's hilarious. Whereas Arvind said that this Lokpal, because of this Lokpal, there shouldn't be another Lokpal, the Lokpal that we're fighting for, the Jan Lokpal. I don't understand the correlation.
No, you have not understood the question. You have not understood the question. Let me repeat the question. No, you have not understood the question. Shazia, you have not understood the question, Baba.
Fantastic twist to this story.
Shazia, you must understand the question.
I'm answering that. If you give me a chance.
No, just understand the question.
Such a fantastic twist you've given to the story. I, in fact, am so impressed by my own team because they're setting high standards of probity. And you kept saying, and I want to mention this to you, charges have been slammed. Have any of these people been charge sheeted? From day one, we've been saying, please have an investigation against them. Please go and have an investigation against any of them. But you want to keep making charges, but you don't want to press charges. And when you're saying you don't want to do it, you want to make wild allegations, we'll do it ourselves. I mean, isn't it amazing? You should applaud this team's effort to set the bar of such high probity and propriety.
Right.
We should learn from this team.
Right.
Seriously.
Right.
So it's hilarious. Jan Lokpal and the demand for it stays. And had Jan Lokpal or the Lokpal that we wanted, a tough one, none of this would have happened.
Right. Now, Shazia. Now, Shazia.
Arnab, and I'm telling you, you're not getting this at all.
Shazia.
The only reason why internal probe is being talked about is because the charges against us, and we're saying we'll set it right.
Will you listen?
You go ahead and have them charge sheeted. They'll also go to court of law.
Will you listen? May I request you?
So what's wrong in having different?
Shazia, will you listen, please? Will you please listen? My question to you is...
I've listened enough. I was listening to your package.
You see, the thing is, Shazia, you must listen on both occasions. One occasion when somebody says that you are right. One situation when somebody says you are wrong. And there is also a third situation where somebody asks you a question on whether you are right or wrong. Now the question here is this. This term internal Lokpal is simply an epithet. It's a phrase. Please don't think I'm foolish enough to think that it's a substitute for the Lokpal. Certainly it's not. I was not even asking you that question, but since you chose to say everything that you did, it's okay. My question was this. My question was about the process. Last year, Arvind Kejriwal said that when it comes to any inquiry, he said Lokpal, he said the government cannot determine the constitution of members of the Lokpal because there will be a clear conflict of interest. Similarly, if there's a conflict of interest there, then there will be a conflict of interest here. That is the simple question. It is only about the process. Let me now get in Subramaniam Swamy. I'll come back to you. Subramaniam Swamy, what do you make of the process?
What process? This is ridiculous that today Mr. Kejriwal says he didn't know Damania had land deals. You didn't do any background check and you came to the national media and made all these announcements. I mean, this is utterly juvenile. I can't believe that you are going to vote a political party and you don't even know who your people are. And you can't say that I cannot know because it was in the papers on 7th of October that Damania's father-in-law was a vice president of Shahid Balwa's company. Her husband is being investigated by SEBI to see whether he did fraud with the stock market. All this he didn't know, and he puts her up in the media to denounce Mr. Gadkari on what? Mr. Gadkari also wrote a letter and asked for land, and the Maharashtra government gave him. And that's the Damania's defense today. So why should I bother whether they are going to set up a committee or not a committee? They are thoroughly discredited in the people's court. What is the use of a Jan Lokpal bill or a shadow Jan Lokpal bill just now?
Mahesh Jethmalani, I want to get everyone in and then I'll get a rebut, on this. I'm coming to you, Mayank, as well. Mahesh Jethmalani, your thoughts on the setting up of an internal Lokpal, what they call an internal Lokpal, constitute 3 people to investigate themselves. Your thoughts on that, please. And then we'll go into the merits or demerits of these charges against these individual members. Yes.
Well, I'm not going to be dismissive like Dr. Swami is about Arvind Kejriwal and the IAC. I think that they have substantial support amongst the common man. And I think anybody who ignores them and treats them that dismissively does so only at his own peril. Now, I don't know the exact nature of the allegations. Dr. Swami has come out with some new ones today about Mrs. Damania's husband and so on and so forth. I mean, these are all personal allegations.
It's in the newspapers. You don't read newspapers.
I don't read those kind of newspapers, those trashy newspapers. I have which newspaper, I don't know which you're talking about, Dr. Swami. But anyway,
what, the Business Standard is not an ordinary newspaper. What do you read, Dubai Times or what?
I know, I don't read the Dubai Times, but I read the Times. I read the Times of India. You must be reading the Dubai Times. But that apart, I don't think we have to get to...
Well, no, I read the Business Standard.
Over here.
And you are supposed to be a lawyer, you're supposed to know these things.
But I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to know something. I don't read every newspaper. I don't have the time like you do. I mean, I respect you for what you do. And if you had that kind of time, but unfortunately, I have not read the
Business Standard. Of course I do. If I'm going to do a job, I'm going to do it thoroughly, not just flit around.
Well, so far, Dr. Swami, notwithstanding your efforts, it hasn't been a very thorough job in the Supreme Court. But I'm not going to say anything on that. All I'm going to say is, I'm going to focus on the question.
Who cares about your opinion on that?
Okay, gentlemen.
Exactly. Nor do I care about. I'm now talking about Arvind Kejriwal and his counter mechanism. His counter mechanism is not an alternative to any other statutory authority that might inquire into any allegations of wrongdoing by him. It is not. All he says is, let them carry on and do their job. But as far as I'm concerned, since I take these allegations seriously,
yes. So
I am setting up my own mechanism.
Yes.
And this mechanism is not an alternative to any other mechanism. And this mechanism...
So tomorrow, Mahesh Jethmalani... Mr. Jethmalani, I have a counter question to you. Tomorrow if Nitin Gadkari says... tomorrow if Nitin Gadkari says that to investigate the charges against Nitin Gadkari, I will set up a committee. It will be headed by Ravi Shankar Prasad. And Ravi Shankar Prasad in turn will say that I will then institute 3 judges, retired judges of my choice. But the BJP will decide who these judges will be. They'll be judges of integrity, but they will be... The BJP decides who these judges will be. One second.
Are you casting aspersions on these judges?
No, 1 second. Please, Shazia, don't try and put words in my mouth. The question here is this. The question is...
objectively...
Mr. Jethmalani, I just want to... Well, take 1 second.
But let me answer your question.
Yeah, sure.
You asked a long question. Now let me give you a short answer.
Yeah, sure.
I have full faith, I'm speaking personally, that you objectively don't go in the abstract, you look at the tribunal setup. I have full faith in this tribunal. They are eminent judges, retired judges, all 3 of them have impeccable credentials. And I know that they will arrive at the truth, and if any of these IAC
so in the future, in the future, therefore, Mr. Jethmalani, I suggest that you would say, I only go back by precedent. I go to June 2011, where the primary disagreement with the government draft on Lokpal was the primacy of the government in the selection process. They contended at that point of time that the appointment of the Lokpal would be under direct or indirect government control, though they would be the ones against whom the ombudsman would be conducting investigations at some stage. Tell me and tell the people of this country tonight, Mr. Jethmalani, in your fair opinion, why would that same logic not apply here?
Because it's illogical, and I'll tell you why. You made a completely inapposite analogy. The IAC is not saying that the existing mechanisms which you have to investigate the wrongdoing, we are supposed to be indulging it, whether it's the police or the collector of stamps. Please let them go ahead and investigate all these allegations. In addition to that, pending those inquiries if they ever take place. Those vested, and that's the real problem. There is a stupor, there is an absolute paralysis of every authority in this country to perform their duties. They are saying in the absence of that, we are still willing to have a panel of eminent. We are not saying it's the ultimate answer. Ideally, there should be a Lokpal. But in the absence of some such institution which wants to investigate these charges, in this case against ourselves, we are appointing these three eminent people. You have any problem with it? Say Justice Marla Pale, say Justice Jaspal Singh and Justice A.P. Shah are not men of quality.
Certainly, Mr. Jethmalani, the question is the process. You heard me thrice, but you choose not to hear me tonight for some strange reason. Though I am completely audible to you, my question is about the process, not about the individual.
Sorry, I have answered both the process. The point is you choose to refuse.
Mr. Jethmalani.
I said the process is not.
Mr.
Goswami.
Mr.
Goswami, the process I'm suggesting, Mr. Goswami, the process I'm suggesting is not an alternative to the existing process.
Certainly. Then we'll come to that part later. Why the existing process not an alternative, and what faith India Against Corruption have in the judicial system of the country, which Prashant Bhushan and Subramaniam Swamy displayed great faith in when they fought the government on 2G and won in the Supreme Court of this country. I will come to that in just some time. Now let us go, ladies and gentlemen, to some of the most substantive issues which have been raised here. May I begin, please? Mayank Gandhi. Gentlemen, I'm not a lawyer, but I'll ask you. Mayank Gandhi, and do not take this otherwise.
Go ahead.
You are today a politician, and therefore you will be asked the questions with the same sincerity that I would ask any politician. Sure. Not that I ask some predictable questions to politicians. The charge against you is that you had an NGO. You were part of an NGO. Is it true that you were part of an NGO, and that NGO had some relationship with a real estate company? Is it true or not? First, because that prima facie itself is a bit damaging.
No, I can't see the damage if you are a secretary in an NGO which talks about redevelopment of the entire city and which is proposed or by a real estate company. Absolutely.
Now, are there two NGOs? One is called Remaking of Mumbai Federation, ROMF. And there is something else called Remaking of Mumbai Housing Infrastructure and Finance Limited.
It's not an NGO.
That's not an NGO. That's a commercial entity.
Absolutely.
Are both under the same Lok group?
I know real estate where you are leading.
No, I am not leading. I am simply asking some questions here today.
Because it's such an obvious pull-on. I will answer you each and everything.
Why do you say it's a pull-on?
I'll tell you.
No, it was. Just tell me.
No, you need to understand the context. Please, let's understand. There are more than 25,000 old buildings in Mumbai, some of which have collapsed and more than 750 people have died. So when we had this huge downpour of rain and 4 buildings fell and 100 people died, we decided that we need to step in. So we said that the way Mumbai is developing, building by building, redevelopment is not a good idea. You need to develop it on a cluster basis. So we suggested to the government that the entire city needs to be planned holistically in an integrated fashion and various clusters need to be made to do that. So at that time, this was the NGO which suggested that.
Then where did the commercial entity come in?
Let me just finish. It's just going to take me 2 more minutes. So when we went to the government, they changed the housing policy. They added cluster development as a model. But then they told us, why don't you take one model and show us the efficacy of this entire thing?
And they wanted to redevelop this land.
Fair enough.
A 30-acre land in Mumbai?
No, wait. I'm going to explain that to you.
Because we'll have to come quickly on
that. Yeah, we will. Yes. But you need to understand the reality, because you are today making certain outstanding claims on some 6,000 crore and development and money.
I haven't even mentioned 6,000 crore.
No, you did it in your package.
No, so far
you did it in your package. So I'm going to talk to you. So what we did is we went to the government. We told them this needs to be planned. They liked the idea. They said, can you take a small piece and show us a development model?
What is the size of the small piece?
30-acre piece.
Is 30 acres in Mumbai a lot of land?
In a cluster development, 30 acres is
How much would 30 acres in Mumbai be worth approximately?
I don't know what it is worth.
Quite a few 100 crores.
So what? So what were we talking? We were saying we are going to plan that area.
Okay.
So what's wrong in planning?
Plan it in what sense? Like build
No, we were
houses?
we were going to plan the redevelopment of that area. You understand what redevelopment? It means that
and a certain down payment was given, because according to a sale agreement I have, the certain down payment of 5 crore rupees was given.
No, then you need to, so that's why you need to understand, you are making stray comments. So when we went to the government, they told us to take, so we started doing the data mining.
Right.
We got all the details of this 30 acre, how many people living there, what age, what are their businesses. Once we got that data, and we did not have the wherewithals to develop it.
You gave it to a...
So some developer came and said, we would like to develop it.
But if you did not have the... One second, please.
No,
if you did not have...
one line.
Okay.
So we said that this data we have got...
Developer?
They took that data...
Who is the developer?
Unity.
Who is the developer?
Unity developers. So what I am saying is, they took the data from us. There is not a single square inch of land. Nothing is sold. Nothing is bought. No project is there. I don't know where the corruption is. What is the gadbad? There is nothing. It is just an idea for which we created
data. So what was the NGO doing? It was doing the groundwork.
No, the NGO worked for redevelopment of Mumbai in a certain way.
And is it normal? See, there are 3 stages here, Mr. Mayank.
Sure.
Please understand. You see, it must ask. Don't get upset, because we must ask the same questions. And India against corruption. There's a point I'm making tonight is, and this point I make to Shazia also, that please do not get upset if you are being asked the questions in the same manner that we ask any politician. You're a political
we are setting up an internal Lokpal to look at our allegations. Where is
the question here is this, that is it normal in your view for NGOs to work together with real estate companies, which in turn give away the big plots, so somebody can then say tomorrow, Mr. Gandhi, that the NGO does the groundwork, gets the consent from tenants and landlords, commercial arm of the group comes in, lands the development project, and then the redevelopment project is sold to a third party for a commercial gain?
Factually incorrect.
No, question. I have not even said anything. I'm asking you a question.
The NGO did not get the consents. Nothing was sold to anybody. Not a single square inch of land was sold.
Any grey area here?
There is no grey area. For you
Any
to
need
say
for
that,
explanation in your view?
Absolutely. We will explain it to the